Welcome to the Real Double Dose Channel broadcast station, focused on the real reels of real life, love, growth, and of course, elevation within all levels. RDDC is exactly the place where anyone can discover more depth, love, light, and clarity within themselves, and elevate from other people's walks of life, conversations, and questions, along with deeper insights. So tune in and be a part of the Double Doses with Lexus T and RDDC.
Hello, my beautiful, lovely, wonderful RDC familians, my flip the switch familians, everyone, Lex Effect, you know it. Wherever you're listening to this at, thank you for your ongoing support, love, downloads, listens, shares, inner comments that are sent, and beyond. But I have a few moments of reference here. And I say that very openly because there's so much going on. I'm excited for Story to Blessings that finally launched. Had to resend that to get it right, blessed again. And RDC Authority Spotlight Broadcast Experience, or Spotlight Authority. I can't even say it right. But anyway, that's privately, released. But at the same time, to different things. It's just exciting. Okay. So for those of you who are new, those who are tuning in, this is your girl, Lexus T, coming at you straight from the heart where the talk is real and the vibe is always live if you haven't heard it. Though I want to speak to you all, and I hope that you're doing wonderful. You're blessed and amazing. But I wrote some notes down. They're choppy, okay, because no shade. I got my Pixel Pros and everything. But this one right here I've had for a few years now. Not the new one. I just got the 10, right? The Pro 10. I'm not advertising it, so I'm not trying to say the main name, but you get it when you hear Pixel Pro. Though I don't know. I had this thing about scars. God was really sending messages to me a few days ago. And this is evergreen. So when you're hearing this, it's Friday the 13th, March 2026, Friday the 13th. And yeah, when I was younger, I had a little play with the dun dun dun, Freddy Krueger, that kind of feeling. Not Jason Voorhees, but I'm not trying to put that in the atmosphere as well. But that's what it was. And to me, even though things have been going a little loopy since yesterday, it's just the energy overall. So calm yourself down whenever you're listening to this, whether it be the 13th of next year or the year before. This is evergreen and it suits you where you are. But let's get into this conversation, okay? Some people don't like to say dates and times, like, oh, I'm not going to pretend what time it is. There's people who have audios that come out 6 months later, and you're thinking, hey, we're still in the same context, and people are listening to that. But right now, this is where we are. By the time you hear this, I don't know. Maybe it'll be April. Maybe it'll be next week. We don't know, but we're still here, and we love you. Check out realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com, all right? And also make sure you stay up to date at realdoubledosechannel.com, which is Real Double Dose Channel Broadcast Media, but at the same time, it's broadcasting the stories and the conversation. So the name has shifted to be more friendly for lookups and seeking it, because I really didn't put too much thought into it for years. We just wanted to get the message out that we're supposed to in the purpose of God. And that's still ongoing, but right now we structured it so everyone can feel that and get that up. And we have some supreme, wonderful things for you all. So you're probably saying, Lex, so what is it? What is it? The conversation is, right, I guess it would be reflection of scars or mirroring scars, right? And some of the notes in it, just bear with me. I'm going to see, it's not the best transcriber. It does give you transcriptional availability on this phone. I'm pretty sure there's some apps, but at this point right now, I try to catch it as much as I can. I believe when I was parking in the driveway, right, I'm still getting my skills back and walking from my 8 surgeries, and I have a little bit more of a road to go before the wounds heal and everything else, but I'm trying, okay? But we got to be careful with scars, right? Mirroring scars. So, when we're attracted to scars, okay, just like some people are Build-A-Bear shop for men and women, people want to be building people up for good causes. Some of them feel like it's a dependency thing. And at the same time, we don't know. Like, we get ourselves into someone, we can go to, or somewhere for that moment. Someone can go to a nightclub and not know if it's going to be a shootout, or someone can go to a barbecue and not see a fight happen, or drive down the road and not get into an accident. So I want to say, it's not typically like this. I hope my energy, maybe that chocolate I had me a little bit more energetic, but I'm pushing myself to the best I can to give you the amplification. And it's not my fault. I usually come off super raw, but I like my notes so I don't miss beats. And I'm sorry again. I apologize because I know already. Reading it and trying to get the little snippets of what I'm saying. I'll put it to a whole here in a minute. So don't worry. You're not going to skip a beat. Okay. Tú sabes lo que hace. Okay. So I'm going to get my Colombian flair out there. But yeah, so just like, you can go to a barbecue, you don't know if a shootout is going to happen. You can drive down the road and not, or, get into an accident, whatever. You never know what's in the pathway. But we have to be careful about being attracted to scars, right? There's nothing wrong with loving a person for the flaws that they carry that remind us of ourselves or you of you. But, you know, I say but up here, but both, but if it comes down to both of you or that person not elevating and growing, or the other one's not getting where they need to from that traction of the scars, that mirroring of the scars, those scars can turn right into the open wounds that were before they became a scar. And sometimes they keep us stuck in the reflection of ourselves that we're not willing to outgrow, or we don't know that we're still in it. So it can be a good reflection, but the same point matters is be careful of the scars that we carry, on the wounds that we still have to heal, beloveds. We have to heal. And God is the healing that we need. And we have to also accept who we are in the reflection. And we are a reflection of God. Miniature gods. We're not the creator of all things, but all things that God gave us the power to have creation over. Not creation of life force in itself or the universe and all the stuff that God created beyond the components in heaven, but we are a signature piece of God's breath. So we got to be careful of those scars that are still healing, even though it looks like they're sealed up, right? Even my wound right now, I feel it internally. It's still healing internally. It's still going through its journeys. I can still see it very there. And it breaks open something when you see a scar. It breaks open a feeling. So let me get to you on that. Let me just finish this off so I can get this out of my hand. So just like the ones I carried from the hospital, right? The scar is still there. The tenderness, the hollowness of the depth of the tissues that need to grow back. But you can't judge a book from just one look. And that means whether you're judging someone or trying to put the cart before the horse and judging a situation, there's nothing wrong with encouraging someone of being there for them. But let's make sure we're not attracting, okay, those scars so we can stay set in how they begin to be there from the first place. The mirroring of scars or mirroring scars, we can want that. And some people are like, oh my goodness, we're just like twins. But like, is that really a good thing? I was telling my twin nieces, mis sobrinas, it's good that they have the fraternal. They're not quote, identical, but it's like you can't be dependent upon each other so much that you have no identity. You can't just do to the point where, yeah, it's cool if you finish each other's sentences and do things. And I've been raising these girls for decades. Okay, let's just say a few decades, and been very much a part of it. And I understand that. And I love the sisterhood they share, but one will always be stronger than the other. And you might say, Lex, that's not fair. I can see it. You can see it. Just like a mother or a parent that knows their child. It's not, you don't have to carry a child in your womb to be excuse me, to be a mother. And nor do you have to give that copulation for a man to be a father. There's many of them that step up greater than the origination of the birthrights, right? From that person but the point is mirroring scars. If there's a chance that you have out there where your journey is, hey, I really like this person, and it doesn't mean you can't have a friend that has, hey, I've been through that too, hey, my mom used to cook that too, but there's going to come a time in that journey where some of those scars hold heavier. And just because you can speak about a scar doesn't mean that the healing is finished. And sometimes even when the healing is finished, it doesn't mean that scar is meant to be torn back open. See, I learned how to get reflections from the scars I have, even though this one right here, massive one I'm healing from. It even bothers me to think about what I went through, and I have traumas and triggers to still know. And I know you're probably like, hey, you're still fresh out of it. Absolutely. 8 surgeries back to back, dying by the fourth one. My body not rejuvenating the way it's supposed to, the heaviness of the stress that I had to carry. And maybe I'll have that on an open speaking conversation if you, yeah, we meet up and have our different things that we're having out here. Come have some lunch with your girl, right? Courtesy, courtesy. I'll pay for the lunch, pay for the setup, but you got to get there. I'm just saying, I don't want to be responsible for no one's travel. If anything happen, I feel really bad. God forbid. But I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, when a mirror scar, like, or even things like likeness, you can say, well, how is that a scar? It doesn't have to be, man, we like the same things. That's a scar. No. If you like the same things, it doesn't mean you have to be of equality. I mean, sometimes the imbalance is what you have. Okay, this person likes carnivals and this person likes museums. It still can balance each other out. But what I'm speaking about, just in case you're referencing something else in your mind, do not mirror the scars solely because you want someone to connect with that pain with. Solely because, and it's good to have someone. You don't want to speak to a random therapist. I know some people say, I don't want to speak to a counselor. I want to speak. Eventually you're going to have to speak to God, speak with yourself or something. And that person may be carrying scars of heavy, unrevelated things that they might not want to speak about. And you might think that they do because they have the same scars that look similar to yours. Sometimes people talk to me when I see them downtown in their physical therapy. Oh, I've been through a horrific or motorcycle accident. Some people say, oh, wow. And they have a certain look at them like, hey, I can tell you what the scar is, but I don't want to speak about how the scar got there. And sometimes it's not the point of their avoiding it. Sometimes, beloveds, it's the fact that they need to carry that scar for themselves. And some of those scars are meant to be just that. Some of those scars are holding you back from where you are right now. Whether it be sharing a story that someone needs to hear, even at a coffee shop. If it's story to blessings with us, that's a blessing, right? Well, what we can do and amplify that and carry it and honor it with stewardship, right? If it's getting to the point of where you need a conversation with yourself to look at that. And also those out there who want to find Build-A-Bear men and women. Hey, I want to hook them up and get them together, boom, boom, boom. Some people say, well, they leave me after they get on their feet. Well, it was a situation that you provided. I'm not saying that it was right, but it's a situation you provided so that person could be of wholeness. But they never said they wanted to be of wholeness with you. It could have just been a step up, or maybe they realized something in themselves or saw something in you throughout their desperation of getting to that point that they wanted to discover. Being thankful and grateful is something that should come along with the journey, but no one tells us to go out there and try to build a bear shop. And sometimes we don't even know we're getting into it. Some people just want that dependency where they can have someone like, hey, they got to lean on my pocketbook. Oh, they're not going to act out of line. But I wouldn't want a slave. Like, it might seem, I'm like, I want to be taken care of just as equally. I want to be able to say, hey, here's a pina colada, okay, alcohol free, whatever you want. Here's some brisket. Here, let's chill back and kick it together. You massage me, I massage you. Or if you can't, let's just kick back. I wanted to be of equal clause, but I also know that I carry myself as that woman that God gave me, the alphahood, beyond alphahood. And I want that alpha male when it comes down to him knowing where his level is, his perspective is, what he's supposed to carry so I can steward that as a woman and he can balance me in the journey of that. I don't want anyone dependent upon me. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it shouldn't be. Depend upon God. We'll work through it together. I want someone ambitious, persevering. That's how you not have a Build-A-Bear shop. Because every person I talk to, whether conversation or relationship, quote, platonic ship in the past, I want the best for them because I don't see myself as that person that's going to be there stewarding that. And a lot of it was by design of a forceful situation of someone trying to ask me out constantly. And I just fell into it and just went along with the journey. But it was platonic, so I thought it was safe, for the most part. Kind of was for some things, but I'm saying at the end of the day, it's not Build-A-Bear shop. If you want to build someone up because that's a part of you, even if they can walk away with something. And I had told, I remember Mr. Heck versus Hell here. I had spoke to him and I told him, if a person wants the best for you, it doesn't matter if they get you up on your L's, which is your license. It doesn't matter if they hook you up with this, and that. It's not supposed to be a tag back or I did this for you. I mean, if they're spitting in your face, you be like, yeah, remember the things that I did? Well, okay, it's okay if you don't want to give me a ride to the store, but just remember that you blow your blessings. A reminder is different than throwing it in the face. But I'm not here to build, and I had spoken to him and I had let Mr. HVH know. We were just speaking in the conversation in general, but I'm like, if a person wants all that back, give me my car back, give me this back, give me this back. It never was meant from the heart. It could just be anger and heaviness. So when you give with love, because that's something they can never ever take back and throw against it. Give in the name of God or do from God's heart. Because I told people before, even people who have taken a lot from me, you can't do God's people wrong. And you can't do wrong and goodbye, as my mom always says. You can't. So how can you hurt me when I've done it from my heart? How can you hurt it? You're only hurting yourself, because do unto others you would have them do unto you. And eventually, karma or not, whether you believe in it, the boomerang effect, it comes back. But the point is mirroring scars. You can see someone with the scars and help heal them and walk with them and navigate the journey of where they are with those scars and where you are. Ask them and take your time. You don't always need to be over spending the night with your friend and having a good time, all rapid fire friendships or relationships. Take your time. Put on your chastity belt. And if you have a problem where you can't keep it in your skin, get that clarity of why. Get to your knees and pray. Get to your mindset. And why do I feel the anxiousness of being needed or wanted or felt or touched? And if they have that, back off. Take 10 steps back. Hey, and if they're not willing to wait, oh, I heard a lot of ladies before, this guy really wants to date me, Lex, and I really want to get with him, but he's trying to sleep with me already and I don't know what to do. What do you mean you don't know what to do? Mirroring scars could be also that. Maybe they don't see yours, or they do see yours. Some predators will see your scars and try to reflect a mirror on them, even if they don't resonate with the scars they have, just to be able to objectify you and manipulation. Oh, my mom told me too. My abuelita, my grandma too. Be careful how much information you carry and you share with someone, because you don't know if they're going to be in your life for a blink of an eye or for a lifetime. But if you use your story as your message and your fortress and the wall built up of safety that God put, not blockaging and defense, but the right way, it can never be used against you. We all need filters, just like your coffee grounds. So at the end of the day, the pressure of it, someone making you do it, my scars, for instance, the ladies have shared with me before, if you feel like you're forced into a situation to make someone, to please someone to stay by you, that's a mirroring your scar as well. That's showing you that you have to go back into where you're trying to come from in order to feel like you have to gain something that was never truly yours. Because if someone really respects you, they really love you and trying to get to know you in themselves, mirroring scars is a conversation for a book to be open and written about, or a conversation over tea and coffee or a Sprite, whatever you like to drink, or just kick back or some tea. It's something that you can grow and reflect on. And that's what I do with my love. Sometimes we talk about stuff. He talks about his life. I talk about my life. And sometimes, and it gets you deeper into who and what they went through. Not so you can identify like you know them enough to kind of hit those points when things happen, but enough to where you can carry that love and that heart to where you can be there when things do happen, and vice versa. So I hope you got the gist of it. I know it was a little scrambled eggs, but guess what? We put that toast on the side, didn't we? Yes, we do. And also, our Relax Sound House is going to be launching. That is going to be our stewardship label. For now, that's the cover name. We're going to be releasing some super bomb artists. I mean, we got every genre nearly covered with people who have wonderful talent. And don't forget, I know I didn't forget the people who have submitted before, but it's just that. It's not about the industry. It's about getting the purpose of the message and the healing through that as well. We got sound frequencies, everything coming out as well for that journey, something you can actually listen to and have around your kids or your family and make yourself move and groove or just relax with the mood. It's going to be bomb. So check that out on the realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com, as well as realdoubledosechannel.com. I know I speak fast. And we still do our updates at www.spiritandmindelevation.com. That's spirit and MIND elevation.com. So we see you coming. You're amazing. I had to get this message. Mirroring scars. Be careful how you mirror yours and how you connect to others based on what you believe is the connection of your scars. See, scars need to heal because God put the healing, not for someone else to carry our wounds. I just want to say that. So remember to be the change, feel the passion, embrace the power of the Spirit. Know that God is within you, calling you, and always through every storm and rainbow that you see. I'll see you on the flip side, and I'll be back with you, God willing, with many, many more and some wonderful guests and beyond, and people coming to share their stories. Check that out, Story to Blessings, right there on the tab at our realdoubledosechannel.com. And I'll see you, we'll see you on the flip side.